So in episode 5 of this anime, The Skeleton Knight from Another World, I was quite surprised and shocked that I knew there's going to be some way that Art is going to have to reveal himself and stuff. This is just my opinion. I'm not saying I'm against this other YouTuber's opinion, A&H or Baron and stuff like that. I'm thinking about subscribing to his channel. I'm thinking about subscribing to it because I like some of the things that he basically said. Based on his opinions and stuff like that. I mean, he's pretty smart. I mean, he probably just has been watching anime much longer than me and stuff like that. I do like the guy. I do like the guy really a lot. I really do. I mean, like I said before, he's very, very smart and stuff like that. One thing he has said that what Baron said, like that that the character in this anime or something like that must be uh, or he must be an avatar or something like that or something like that. And even though he made a cheap statement, but basically what Ark was basically was saying, like he's just basically just a tune, like World of Warcraft or just a, or just a Avatar or something like that. And I definitely do agree with Barry what he said because what he said about Ark that Ark is an avatar. That's basically all he just is. But Ark made some statements and made some statements that saying like he was saying like to Irene, basically he was basically saying like this was a curse, this was cursed on me or something like that. That's basically what happened. I still don't seem to understand why he would be just like a silver knight, a skeleton silver knight person. I just don't seem to understand it. I really don't. I really don't. Maybe that was the avatar he chooses or something like that or something like that. I really don't think that this anime is based on a RPG game. I really don't think it really actually is. I don't know, even though. But like I said, like I said, said before, that's just basically my opinion. I respect AH Baron reviews, so anime reviews, what you want to call them. Baron, I definitely do respect him. I really do. I like his reviews and stuff like that. He's goes in so much deeper, some of the basically what he thinks and stuff like that, and stuff. I mean, hey, if you guys want to go subscribe to him, go ahead and subscribe to him because he has more than more subscribers than me. But even though the reason why I mentioned him is that because of he's like I said before, he's very smart. He knows what he's talking about. And he has been more knowledgeable than anime than me. So even though I'm just saying, but I just like I said before, I will say it again. I respect his opinions, and I really do. Really, there's just some things I kind of disagree with. Not saying I'm mad at him or anything like that, but just some things I just kind of disagree with him. But there's basically basically for what I've said, like what Bear was saying, like that, he's probably just an avatar. That's probably he's just or maybe he did not choose Avatar, or maybe not. I don't know. That's what I think. Even though, as I said before, I just don't think this anime is based on an RPG game and stuff like that. So yeah. Now, there's also some other things I definitely do want to address also as well too in regards to this anime also as well too. I am very proud of this anime. It's basically telling the viewers, viewer discretion is advised. Watch it at your own risk and stuff like that. And the reason why they were saying that, the reason why they were saying that is because it's not just because to scare the audience or anything like that, or me or anything like that. If you feel like you're being triggered about what's happening basically in this anime, I mean, it's not. I'm not saying like, oh yeah, it's your fault because you're watching this anime. It's not. It's not just that. It's just basically it's just warning people that there are some things in the anime that you may not like, that you may not be able to to take this anime so seriously. And so yeah, basically, I would definitely would say that also as well too. I'm seriously thinking about buying the manga. I'm probably not going to buy the light novels because I'm not a big fan of light novels. Because I like manga because I think because it goes into something based from what I see in the anime and stuff like that. Like regardless for the manga or the anime and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm glad they're making a manga out of this anime and also making a light novel as well too. Let's what do. Now, the first thing I definitely want to talk about Arc. I know I have not really talked about Arc really all that much. I know Arc is basically is just a person that he just wants to keep a low profile. That's all he just basically just really wants to do. I felt that it wasn't really necessary for Art to take his helmet off or something like that, because I think Irene just basically want to say like, Art, I want to see what you look like. Please show me who you are and something like that. And when Art basically did that, he took his helmet off and he showed her, and Irene was just kind of a bit shocked about what she saw. That even though what just really shocked me also as well too, when she said that Art that looks like an undead, because even though I was basically was saying, because just like I said for in my last review, my last review of this, it's basically like Overlord, or basically like World of Warcraft, Wrath of the Lich King, because the Lich King, he's basically in control of the undead army. That's all he's in control. He's in control of the Death Knights and stuff like that. That kind of reminds me of that. But it also reminds me of, just as I said for a couple episodes ago, as that Art reminds me of Irons and Overlord also well too. But I definitely do want to see a battle royale here on YouTube. Irons versus Art. I want to see that really happen. I really, really do. I need to get back into watching Overlord. I have not been able to do that in quite some time. But yeah. Anyways, I do love and respect Arc. I really do love the guy, but I just don't think he's not really all that strong, really all that powerful. There's just something kind of. I feel like that something must be lacking into him that that we really do not know. I was even surprised that he took on that big old frog lizard, whatever you want to call it. Lizard is basically he took it down with just one strike. And some of the people are very not very are very concerned about what happened as well too. Now I'm also kind of curious about Art going going into the Elf's land. And the reason why I'm really kind of curious about what's Art's really going to have to do, because if I was Irene, because if I was her, I would just basically just tell Art, don't remove all your armor, don't remove your helmet or anything like that. Don't remove any of that, because I'm kind of scared and afraid that he's going to scare her people, because the people may rebel against her, and also Arcos as well too, because they may think like, oh yeah, like this guy, he's undead. That basically, yeah, he is undead, but what he's gonna do with us is something that, and should we allow him inside in our own country? And that's just basically what it seems. That's just basically what it seems to me. Even though the elves are very, very important, they really are. They learn a lot of different magic than we as humans, basically, in other fantasies and stuff like that. Because I think elves just live a lot more longer than humans do, because they have a better lifespan, and also, but I think elves, love keeping their youth and stuff like that. They don't want to grow old or anything like that. That's just basically what it seems to me. And stuff like that. It's really hard to explain what elves really actually is. For that, it just really just kind of tells me like what kind of powers that they really have. Are they very strong, or are they not? So that it just depends. It just depends on basically what kind of magic that they really do have and stuff like that. And it still really gets me on the fact, like, is artist going to be welcome into the elves? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. But I don't know if Irene is going to tell Arcs like, hey, don't remove any of your armor, don't do any of that. But even though, as if I was her in her state, I would basically tell Arcs like, hey, let's not do this. Let's just take this step by step, and then we can go from there on and see if my people can trust you, and my people can trust you. Now, I also want to say this also well too. Now, some people were saying, since I've heard that from the last couple episodes, because they were saying like that Irene, that she's a dark elf. She doesn't look like she really is a dark elf. She doesn't really look like that. She really doesn't to me. But I mean, you could just tell she's a little bit dark. She's a little bit dark, but she's not like very, very dark. And that's basically what it seems to me. Even though they do, basically World of Warcraft, they do have different elf races also as well too. Basically the Alliance, they have night elves. They have night elves, and then basically also as well too. You basically also have blood elves, and also other elves also as well too. Other elves also as well too. And you just basically just go, and like the blood elves and night elves. The blood elves are basically just with the horde, and you also have the Night Elves are with the Alliance and stuff, and stuff. Both factions don't get along very well. They just don't like each other, basically among the game. But there's not really basically a whole lot basically to talk about. I definitely do want to talk about the prince and also the other ones also still in this anime also well too. I'm really kind of curious about what is going to happen in the future of this anime because I'm kind of concerned because I'm kind of very concerned about what's really going to happen, who's going to talk to the elves, or maybe something must have be going on. I'm very concerned about going into this anime because it seems to me some of the royal people may want to know whose arc really actually is and what arc is really actually doing. Or basically, they're probably saying like, "Yeah, we need to investigate this guy. This guy is causing quite a stir." And stuff like that. Usually, basically what happened, fantasies or medieval times, stuff like that. They want to know like what's going on, who's doing all this, and who's basically doing all that, and stuff like that. We need to take this person out. I'm really kind of curious because about the royalty of the family. Not to say the elves, but the royalty of the family. It just seems to me that there's going to be a conflict that's really going to happen. That's what I think and stuff like that. And I hope and praying that the elves does not go into full contact with the kingdom also as well too. Because to be honest with you, I don't care for the royalty of the kingdom really all that much because they're just a bunch of snobs to me. That's just basically my opinion, and that's basically my opinion. It's just especially the one anime I watched. Um, I can't remember. It was a good anime. It was a good anime, and I didn't like how the main character he's just being cast off because he's not royalty. He does not deserve to be among the other group. And basically, some of the other people, basically some of the other people just like they pushed him aside. They think that he's not worthy being around some of the others in the anime as well too. Especially though that Will guy, which it really pisses me off and still does that the guy named Will he just backed up and he was trying to get the princess killed and he was trying to do that but even though the guy he wanted his revenge he wanted his revenge and stuff even though it's just basically I just don't like how the anime was just treating him like he's so garbage. But then you watch more and more of the anime, and then you feel kind of redemption based what's going on and stuff like that. I'm glad it's getting to season 2. I can't remember the name of the anime, but I am very happy it's going to get to season 2 sometime here soon. I think it's probably going to be next year or maybe sometime this year. I don't know. I have to wait and see. So yeah, I'm really kind of curious about what's the royalty of the family it's really going to do because even though the princess she's basically going to go to see the elves and to see what's going on. I'm really kind of wondering if the princess is going to know about the Silver Knight guy or if Ark is really going to show his presence to the princess. So that's basically something I would like to see what's really going to happen, stuff like that. And I think Ark is really going to do just well with the elves. I think he is, but some people may think otherwise because if they were to find out like he's a skeleton or an undead, then possibly they may want to kill him or they may just want to banish him out of the lands. And then also as well too, Irene she may be put in prison because trusting somebody that who's undead it's just not right. I'm just really kind of curious about what's going to happen. What else? What those of the future episodes also will do. Now, there's also one last thing I definitely do want to talk about. I'm really kind of disappointed, even though this is just basically my opinion. I wish they would show just more influence, based on the ninja girl, based on what she's doing, or maybe there must be something, that she wants from Ark, or maybe she would have known that Ark is a skeleton guy, or that's basically what it seems to be. I'm assuming that this ninja girl, that this ninja girl, I do believe that she has been spying on Ark. I do believe that she has, and she must have known some information about Ark for that. Because I would not be very shocked and surprised, yeah, she has been spying on him for quite some time. But even though I do believe that she wants something from Ark that can help her out. But the question is, can she be trusted or not can be trusted or not, or maybe she has been banished by some other different people from the royalty of the kingdom, or the elves of that, or they may just don't like the ninja clan because maybe they wanted to start a war or something like that back then, or something like that, or something. And you don't see really a whole lot of them, but you really don't. But even though like when basically like ninjas, and basically from a long time ago, they really don't show their presence really all that much. They really don't. They're just pretty much just secret people. That's just all they just do. They just don't do really much. But you can kind of consider them as bandits. I wouldn't say like bandits. I wouldn't say like, but I would definitely would say that's just basically what it seems to me. So yeah, I'm sorry for this long episode, but I just figured I just wanted to address some things. But definitely, I think this episode was good. That definitely was good. But I'm still concerned that this anime was just a little, was just a little slow. Not very slow, but I kind of like how the anime is basically just like is smoothing itself out, and just not rushing and writing what's art's gonna do that, gonna do this, doing that. That's basically what it seems to me. Even though I do love this, even though I do love this episode, it was definitely very, very good. I really do like it. I'm really kind of curious about what you guys have to say. And so yeah, anyways, this is I'll see you guys there. Take care. Hope you guys one day. Don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please hit the like button. Give me a thumbs up. And please hit the notification button also too. Just let me know you guys watch my videos. And please leave your comments below. But anyways, this is Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Take care. Hope you guys one day. Take care. God bless. Remember, just love you. I love you guys. Please stay. And remember, stay blessed. Love you guys. Take care.